Evening chaps, much appreciated coming along and watching. I know it's firework night and all that lark, but it's a bit warm in here today. I know I'm in Scotland, but I've got a wood burning stove and it's roasting in here. It's around 30 degrees, so it's like, so t-shirt it is. So yeah, firework night, huh? I wonder what would have happened to the world if old Guy Fawkes had managed to do what he wanted to do and get rid of the House of Lords. It'd be an interesting theory. So, just gonna get this close-up camera on. Right, I see the internet jumping about like mad. It's what it is. So just before we get on to the Wellington again, I've been building as a Zavida, whatever you pronounce it, Soviet bomber S2 SU2, doing that on the Models for Heroes session that I run on a Wednesday night for an hour. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment, if nobody's noticed it. I've done a bit in the wheel bay there, put the bombs together, and I've started the cockpit area, but I need a wash on that and a few clear parts just on that bit there. So that's where I'm at on that. I'm not doing this on this live, just purely on the Model Club one for the Models for Heroes. So, but every week I'll give you a little glimpse of how it's getting on. Evening Simon, good to see you. So on Tuesday there I said that we'd start putting the decals on underneath. Well, it turns out there isn't any. So here's underneath now with the black and the bombs and everything else, with all the photo etch where I did the separation bit. So I've got the rear. So really I want to get the wheels on today. I did do today a little bit, I don't know if you can see that on the engine there, and it's just a bit of exhaust manifold, how clad it is, and I just quickly brushed that on. It took 2 minutes, you know, so nothing major there, and we're still looking good on the old decals and everything else, so all good. So we're going to get these wheels done, that'll be the first thing. And then what we'll do is we'll get a matte coat, and then we'll be happy days. Then we can remove the clear parts, the masking, and see if it's worked. Now it doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter how good you are, we never know. When it comes to clear parts, you just don't know till the end. So what I have got, because it was a big headset, it came with all the photo etch, etc. It also came with the masking set. So I have got wheel masks here, pre-cut, which is not like me to do, but it does come with it. So that's what it is, and I'm going to use it. Cheers Festa, it's all good fun, as they say. It seems we're buffering a little bit, I think. Evening Richard, good to see you. Like I say, a lot of people are out with their families and doing their thing, so I appreciate the fact that you guys are here. I kind of didn't think when I put for today, but it is what it is. I hope that's not constantly buffering. I see it buffering there. So we've got these lovely little wheel masks supplied by Edard. So I'm just whooping them on. Make making sure I get them in the middle there. They seem good little masks, so yeah. Because it curves round, you need to make sure you're pushing that down as well. There we go, one little mask on there, look. Nice and easy. I was going to use my circle cutter and show you guys using that. It's not brilliant, to be honest. It does the job. It will leave a pinhole in the centre if you use one of them, so remember to cover it up. But we're not using them today. Oh right, no worries. Not just me then. I hate it when you get PC trouble and you sit there and you're turning off your internet and resetting the box and doing everything, and then it turns out it's a Microsoft issue and nothing to do with us, and yet you're sitting there messing around trying to sort it out, which is really annoying to say the least. So I'm glad you said that. Cheers, Vesta, because it's a pain, and I'd end up hammering the whole thing and trying to figure out what's going on after the live. I will be exactly an hour today. I'm a patron of We Have Ways of Making You Talk, which is Al Murray and James Holland, the historian, author, and there's a Patreon night on a Thursday night at 8:30, so I like to shut down quite quickly on a Thursday night and then enjoy that for the evening with a wee whiskey, as they say. It's a great podcast. If you don't want to sign up and be a patron, you can get it free on a podcast, and they have interviews and things like that. Just look out for We Have Ways of Making You Talk and you'll find them. But I enjoy the Thursday night live, and we all have a little drinky poos and a chat and talk about history and whatever. All good fun. So we've got them masks there, as good as the masks are. So we need something to hold them. Okay, I'm just going to use a bit of old sprue. I can't find anything in here. I have the biggest workshop and it's the biggest mess. I think we can all relate to that. I have quite a few sound issues because it's the Bluetooth earpiece. I'm gonna get a proper mic at some point. And being in a shed, I'm running on one of them TP-Link thingamajigs to get the internet out here, and that sometimes reconnects and stuff like that, so sometimes it's a pain. But so all we've got is all we've got. So we've got our wheels on there masked, and we've got them on a little stick. Just a bit of sprue there and a bit of blue tack. Nothing clever. I explain everything as I go along, purely because if somebody new comes along that's got no idea, at least they understand what's going on. It's not to teach anyone sucking eggs or anything like that. Evening plastic or monkey, whichever you prefer, or Paul. I should try and remember that really. I remembered Mike Fester told me to call him Fester, so that's that. So we'll get a bit of the old Alclad tyre rubber black. It's a nice black. So just 8 psi again. And being so warm in here, that'll dry in minutes. There we go. Job's a good one. That'll be dry in a couple of minutes. So, what I use sometimes, the old Tamiya paint stand, and bits of sprue just sitting there. Lovely, so all good. It is absolutely roasting in here. I swear that temperature's gone up. I recently insulated in the summer there the roof with some real heavy duty insulation block. They're like hard, I can't remember what they're called. It's like a hard big square, and I can't believe how warm it gets in here so quick. I am absolutely cooking at the moment. I will try and remember your names, you know. Paul, I'll try and remember that. I've got a brother called Paul, so with a bit of luck I might remember. I'm just going to turn this up a little, just because I'm cleaning it. Clean up. So, I guess most of you guys are on the second lockdown now then, which is not too clever. But the good side of that is more bench time, I would imagine. See, my phone won't give up. Right, so they're dry. They're dry. I'll give them another sec, but all good. I'll give them a minute and then we'll get them on, and then we'll matte coat. Yeah, I mean, it's the right thing to do, you know. It's, I get it, it's hard and horrible and everything else. Clear coat flat, that's what I want. But if we can all get out of this on the other side and see through it and survive to tell the tale, that's got to be a good thing. Because Telford's next year, with a bit of luck. And obviously I'll be at Alclad stand at Telford. If you ever go to Telford, Alclad stand, and yeah, just say hello. I might be a bit hungover on both days, but it's all good fun. Yeah, so that's dry really. Just give it another minute. It is dry, but I like to make sure it's proper like hard dry. And we'll get this ready to matte coat. We're still kind of on lockdown here. We haven't really come out of it, to be honest. The area I'm in, I'm on the west coast of Scotland. We're in that band recently that they went and made it all red on the map. So that's where we are, which is it is what it is. Like I say, I get more time on models, and I miss the guys that I help. But at the men's shed, but it is what it is, like you say. Best to be safe, you know. So I just took that first mask off there. There's my wheel. All good. Nice and easy. So I'm going to put these on before I spray the matte coat, because I want the wheels to go matte as well. It is kind of matte, but I want it flat matte. Here's the other side there. You can see that very well, but all good. All good in the hood. Yeah, the auction was fantastic. I was really pleased when Malcolm messaged me and told me. Much needed for the guys, to be fair. There is a few things planned when we go back to normal, but I'll say more about that nearer the time. Yes, it's quite amazing really, because to be honest, I do a lot of vid chats, you know, private vid chats, helping guys along and just chilling out at the bench, giving them encouragement and stuff like that. And they connect the camera for the first time and they see Glasgow and Scotland and everything else, and they expect a Scottish accent, and then it's me. My wife, my good lady, she's born and bred here. She's never been out of Scotland, and she came to visit me down south. I'm from originally Bedford, near Milton Keynes, and she came down to visit and she didn't like it. It was too much. Where I am, I'm in a village here, and she's only known the village life, so she didn't like it. Needless to say, and I moved up here 16 years ago, but I refused to get rid of my accent. So that's how I ended up here, and that's how I ended up Scotland on my thing and an English accent. So we'll put these old wheelies in there. Now luckily, the way they do these, I think I can prise it apart and pop them in. I'm going to use a bit bigger tweezers here. If I can. I'll get them in. Get them the right way up first. Right, I'm going to need to use the old magnifier, I'm afraid. Spin that round, because my eyes are awful. I'm going to stop talking for a sec, just while I'm concentrating here. There we go. That's one in. beauty there. Wheels turn and all. Yeah. One wheel on. Be better when that's matte coated in a minute. No worries, Frank. How you doing, buddy? Bidhorn. Alright, I don't get out much, mate. I'll be honest, I've got no idea who that is. I'm near Ayr. I'm kind of in a village in Ayrshire, so I put Glasgow on my profiles and whatnot because obviously we all grew up being told don't put your address and where you stay online, so it says Glasgow but I'm actually Ayrshire. Evening, Frank, the kit grabber from Orkney. That was quality. Grabbed it before that guy did, whoever he is. Did you ever find out who the guy was? It was Mike that knew about it. So we've got our wheels on there, wheelies are on. As the Polish say, we've got wheelies down. I always do them down even if I'm hanging them, because that means when I'm displaying them it's easier. A little bit of dust on there. So we're about ready now to do the fun bit, matte coat. Oh right, yeah, I know where Ken Ross is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear coat matte now with this. It's actually a flat matte. It's an Alclad one 314. Now whenever you use it, if anybody watching even in the future, because obviously people watch this years later, if you're using Alclad clear coats, they're lacquer based, right? So please bear in mind when you're using the mil specs, which are enamel based, if you put the lacquer on the enamel, you've got a chance of a reaction because it's quite hot, the lacquer based clear coats. So what I always do is I always aqua gloss over the top of the mil spec, because that's acrylic based and that gives a barrier before you use the clear coat, because people tend to go too heavy with it and it ends up causing a reaction and ruining your model. Whereas I only use a small coat so I don't get a reaction anyway. I'm just adjusting my spray pattern there, turning it up a bit. So the minute you start putting this on, you see the difference straight away. You know, I'm really light coat here. It's just a misting on it. Now I'm matte coating it all. Might get a bit foggy in here. Now, let's give that a second, and you'll see the difference. Right, you should, in theory, see the difference. Can you see that? One's really shiny and the other one's hardly anything. This one's the hardly any. See how it's proper gone dull compared to the other one there, and you can actually see it, the colour changing. as you're doing it. There's no need to go heavy on it or anything like that. Just a nice light coat. And it's brilliant for the decals because obviously they go too shiny when they're on the model. It's amazing how little you actually use. I mean, the camera's not great, but it really does change right in front of your eyes kind of thing. Let's make sure I've got all the bits I need to get. Right, so black clear coat underneath, matte coat. I'm gonna see if I can. No, too risky that. We'll stick to the old. No, we might get away with just standing it actually. I'll get my other stand. Let's see if I can get that on there. Can fit. Ooh, just fits. So I'm going to stand up with this one. I'll put it here so you can see that. I'm going to need to stand up because it's big. I don't know if you can see really. Can you see the colour change there between the two greens? This side is the matte and this side is shiny. You can just make out the two different, how it dulls it right down. It's really nice stuff. I use a Grex airbrush, this one, trigger action, just I prefer it, it's more comfy, kind of get more control with it. I do sell ones called Top Notch ones, they're identical to the Grex, made by the same manufacturers, same quality. I've still got loads in the cup here. Just let that dry for a second and I'll double check it. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully that's enough and we can actually take the masking off, which will be good. And then we'll see if it's worked or not. Just a little bit still wet there. I think that's good enough though. It's pretty much dry already. That's what I love about this. So I'm pulling the trigger now, but I'm not spraying anything, just the air. Yeah, happy with that. Evening Phil, good to see you mate, always good to see everybody, that's for sure. So that's the matte coat on. I'll show you it in 2 seconds. We'll just clean this airbrush quick, well flush it through. Now, so that's it, and it's dry already because it's such a fine coat. So you can see it's lost that real big shine to it. It is flat, you know. You'll see better in the photos later on, but it's flat as flat. As flat as you're going to get it anyway. So all good in the hood, as they say. Right, the scary bit, the real scary bit. We'll start to see what my masking's like. So we'll start at the back, I think. I hate this bit. I really hate this bit. Just trying to remember what bits are masked. This is that dun 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 moment. Okay so far. I'm going to count my chickens yet. Oh, that's a nice neat thin line. Oh. I was going to knock that off, I'll put that back on after. Secret with this bit, getting that off the mask without scratching the silly clear parts. I'm hoping the masking came out alright, as we all hope when we do this bit. Looking good so far. I'm just going to check on the instructions there so I can see what bits were actually masked. Right, so that top bit isn't. And the back, two sides, and then there's through the centre. And looks of it. Sorry guys, I'm just checking this evening Scott. It's just checking my clear parts here. Make sure I get the right maskings off, if you know what I mean. G9. Right, so I have one little one at the bottom. Oh yeah, I see it. See if I put the light on, I'd have seen it better. Little one there. Happens to get stuck in there. You don't want it to. And I've got two tiny ones. Yeah, that's one. Two. I mean, that's how tiny some of them are. But as far as I can see, that's it, and I am really pleased with that. Hope you can see this well enough. Tell you what, might be better on the big camera. Just zoom over there. See that? You'll see better on when I take photos, but they are nice, crisp, thin lines. just where they're supposed to be. So, one down, chopped to bits, a few more to go. Our fireworks meet next door. I knew it was going to happen. You see, when I realised and everyone's going fireworks, blah blah blah, and I thought, oh no, I thought, here we go, fireworks. Now the real ones that I want to see are these side windows. Because we have fiddly. Close to the prop, but there we go. Good stuff. These have been on for so long because I had an accident and I wasn't at my bench for around 6 weeks, and with all the photo etch inside, this has all been masked and like this for about 2 months at least, if not longer. So definitely nerve-wracking to see how it's gone after all that effort. Yeah. So, there we go. More windows there. And more to go. There's a little side one here, and there's some underneath as well. Evening, Richard. Good to see you here, pal. How are you doing? I'm just removing all the masks and hoping for the best, pretty much. I'm doing well so far. But all that county chickens carry on. I'm not going to say too much till it's all done. Definitely looking good. I've just matte coated her, Richard. So it's all demasking now, like so. So there's a little side window just there, and then underneath and another window up here. I'll get a nice photo of it once we're done. Oh, that's a biggie. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. You've got to love these Edward masks, they really are. Cheers mate, you saw the craziness that's inside that you can't see. All that mad photo etch. Right, so G10 and a bit there. Nose is looking okay as well, so I can get that tape off my fingers. It is bit stubborn, that one. Two more on the nose. Trying to hold it without knocking anything else off, you know what I mean? There, I think that's it. Double check. Yep. So there's my nose. Let's see if it's better without that light on. There's just a fake line on there where it's supposed to be. So it's worked out okay. It's come out fine. It's all good. Cheers Festa, it's all good fun. Every single bit of it was done live, so obviously not all here because I just decided to carry on here, but it's you know, building in this scale is a kind of mission on its own. So to build it purely on live broadcast from opening the box getting to this stage is kind of brave too. Makes it just a little bit harder because everybody can see, and we all make mistakes, you know, but it's about how you fix them mistakes afterwards. Let's get this one off. Oh, you dancer. Looking great. It's off. I'm just doing a the main cockpit now. And the thing with these little bits of tape is they stick to your hands everywhere. Of course, trying to get them without scratching the clear part as well is never easy. I'll go through all that and then go jink. There we go. Our wind is cleared as well. You can see that. So, considering I've only got the one eye, I'm chuffed with that. There's a little diamond one there as well. Little one on there. See that shining away? Little diamond shaped one. So, really pleased with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. No cocktail stick needed to correct anything. No, nothing. So, all good. Weather and vid. All good. I'll have to remember to subscribe to some of you guys. I know I do to you, Fester, you Scaly, Mike. The Junk Works. I'll have to look you up and sub later on once I'm done. Oh, there's one left I just noticed. This one here, a little round dome one. Just on a little note as well. Edard, if you ever get this kit, they missed out the dome one on their mask set, which is not the first time, because I noticed they did it on the Whitworth Whitley when I built that, and I had to inform them and then they sorted it out. So if you do get one of these and you've got the mask set, the dome one at the top here is missing in the set. There you go. So there's my little done there as well. So all good in the hood. So that's that for that. What time are we at? We're nearly an hour. So that'll do it. Today's Thursday, so Sunday what I'll do, we'll run the aerial wires. I use rigging for that, the stretchy Leica rigging for that. I'll chuck a bit of that on, a few final little touch-ups, and that'll be that. But what I'll do is excuse me, I'll take a photo of this as it is at the moment, and then on Sunday we'll sort it out, and it should be, fingers crossed, if I don't do any stupid damage to it and drop it or anything like that, with a bit of luck, Sunday we should be finished, and maybe even start a different kit. I have got another kit that I stopped because of this, and that's the Lynx HMA8. So I did stop this build 148 Airfix. I stopped it to do this because this is for a group build. So I'm doing it in the all gunship anti-air warfare, whatever one it is. But we'll go into that nearer the time. But that's what I've got to go on to next and get that finished. Which is a lot of work still to do in that. So I appreciate you all coming along, fellas. I really do. Nice to see you chatting, meeting new people. It's always good, you know. I enjoy it, and I appreciate even more the fact that it's firework night. So all good. You got the same kind of vision as me to do with fireworks, and it's like, bugger that, just do some model building, you know. So anyway, Sunday 7 o'clock, I'll put a link up. Saturday, and we'll get it finished, and I'll take some photos and post them online today. Oh, hang on, no, not today. I'll do it in the morning, because I've got that we have ways of making you talk thing going on. So cheers guys, take care of yourselves. Thanks Mike, cheers for popping by and chatting away. I'll try and catch your festa on the Sunday. I have subscribed, so I should get a notification, but I'll write it down and I'll put it on a big piece of paper in front of me here so I don't forget. And I'll try my best to be there. Stay safe, fellas. Cheers, Richard. Cheers, Monkey Plastic. Paul? No. Yes, Paul. Right, no worries. I'm off, guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And I'll see you on Sunday.